Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today, my guest will be from the LaGrange Police Department, Detective Chris Pritchard. So you want to make sure you stay tuned for that interview. And later, I'll be traveling out to the West Georgia Technical College campus to interview some of the troop-trained graduates. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for those interviews in just a moment. Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my guest is from the LaGrange Police Department, a guest that I've had on before, Detective Chris Pritchard. Chris, welcome to the show.
Good to see you, Alton.
It's always a pleasure to sit down with you. You know, my years started back with the City of LaGrange, down with the police department back in 1988. And I know things have dramatically changed since that time. And you know, I always like to sit down with you guys and kind of find out what's going on from when I was down there. And I know that you're one that have been there about 9 years now, right?
That's right.
Well, now you're a detective, but I know that you've taken on another role, Chris. You're an analyst for the police department. Talk about that for us.
I guess about a year ago, the police department wanted to take a look into intelligence-led policing, and that kind of came around late 90s, I think. So I did some looking into it and found some training. So for the past year, and I've still got a couple more things I need to do with it, but we've taken on an intelligence-led police role, which involves the police department having a full-time criminal intelligence analyst. Huh. And I was honored for Chief Deckmar to select me for that role. Analysts are what we do. We kind of do a systematic analysis for identifying and analyzing patterns and trends that are in crimes. We will put together different operation plans. We deploy resources. We will devise solutions to problems. I call it being a professional thinker.
Okay.
We spend a lot of time doing just trying to come up with some way to address a crime problem. And then we also have the formulating of crime prevention. Okay. The strategies go along with that. And it comes from a lot of quantitative social science data analysis. In today's digital age, you have the reading of Facebook pages. I don't think MySpace is around anymore, but it kind of all comes back into play with my years, because when I started as a detective, I brought the department on board with cybercrime, computer crime.
That's right.
And this plays a big role in it, because now I've taken the knowledge I've gained from doing all the computer crimes, and I'm taking it into this analysis realm, and it's awesome.
Well, you know, and I remember when we sat down, we talked about the cyber crimes and things of that nature, and like I say, you, the gentleman that's there, just kind of, you know, head that up and spearhead that. You know, and I heard you saying that you provide the resources and I guess the technical support to those resources to kind of help go out once you target those things. I guess my question is, what have you seen as a trend in your analysis process?
Here lately, I've been able to see that we've had an increase in burglaries and entering autos. Nothing too drastic, but I have seen an increase. And being the analyst, I can put this information out to the patrol division and to our investigative section and say, this is where I need you to be, and I give them a date and a time and try to forecast when's going to be the most productive times that they can get out there and apprehend these suspects.
Oh my. So you can pinpoint it almost to a time, a location, of all those things just by seeing these various patterns and trends and things?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. So you mentioned about entering an auto. Do you see more seasonal type crimes occurring at various times?
I think here of late we have seen an increase in the entering autos and in the burglaries, property crimes, and there's several different theories as to how this happens and why this happens, whether it be the change in the temperature, the upcoming holiday season. Nobody can really put an exact finger on it, but we can say for sure that there has been an increase, and people need to kind of protect themselves, help us help them, locking doors, don't leave valuables in the car, just never leave your keys in the ignition, make sure the windows aren't down, you know, stuff like that.
Just those common sense things.
Because believe it or not, I mean, these are crimes of opportunity when it comes to entering autos mostly. When people walk through a parking lot and they find a vehicle that has a window down, a door unlocked, that's an opportunity to take something. And I've seen this. I can actually say I've seen this on surveillance video, but when somebody walked by and pulled on a vehicle that had the doors locked, they just moved past it. Okay. So that's good.
Right. And you know, you're talking about video and seasonal crimes and things of that nature. With the fall of the year, people are out and about a little bit more, you know, because of the temperature change and everything. Let's just talk about videos and parking lots and things of that nature, and how a business can protect not only themselves from, you know, in-store theft, and also how they can help protect the general public when they're out in the parking lot. Do a lot of our businesses, are they required to have cameras in their parking lots?
No, that hasn't become law. Of course, we at the police department highly recommend it, because that is tremendous evidence when you have anything captured on film. You know, that's just an invaluable tool. And we found businesses here in town that have great cameras, and we are here to offer. If somebody was to call and say, "Hey, listen, I want to install a camera system," we can't come out and recommend one, but we can recommend where maybe you might want to put a camera, maybe the time of day of operation, stuff like that. That's just a service we offer to the police department. I believe they call it security checks.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So if someone was starting up a business, you know, and you know, because a lot of times, you know, when they're starting up a business, a lot of them may not have a lot of startup monies. But are there suggested areas that you all can recommend that they place cameras?
Yes, I can tell you that anything that captures from the chest up to the face, that's been tremendous. So a lot of folks will want to install a camera system and overlook their assets, or want to overlook an employee, but it's up high. They always think high, and they really should be thinking lower. You know, aim low, kind of get about eye level.
Okay, all right. It gives you all, I get, a better opportunity to identify. Correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Cameras aren't covert anymore, not what they used to be. So everybody knows that they're in the stores. In today's digital age, we're seeing more and more of them, and that's great. But if they just moved them down a little bit, it'd be even better.
That's I know, you know, sometimes you go in the stores and you can kind of almost notice where they're located and stuff, and you're like, okay, well, that's way out, you know, up or far back from the products themselves.
Yeah. Everybody sees the cameras.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you know, you're talking about cameras, and when we're out in the general public, there may be times that we see things that are happening. If someone sees a crime that's being committed, but wouldn't want to necessarily be, you know, associated with it, is there a way that they can anonymously let you all know that there's a crime happening or something that doesn't look quite right?
We've bought into, of course, we've been using crime reports for a while. We're going to make a video that's going to come out. We're going to work on it just as soon as we can, but it'll be an instructional video on walking somebody through crime reports from the public side of it, and getting everything they can out of looking at crime reports. Just a tremendous tool. But in cooperation with crime reports, we have TipSoft, and that is an anonymous texter. We've used it before. We had a different company last year. This year we've decided to go with this company that will, because it goes on board with the crime reports program that we've already had. And all they have to do is type LaGrange in the body of a message and text it to crimes. The number is crimes. LaGrange space and then whatever they want their message to be. And that is a fascinating system, the way to see it work, because it is completely anonymous. That text message goes into Canada and gets cloaked in a server up there, and then comes back to the TipSoft company, who forward it on to us. So not even the TipSoft people can find out who's sending the text message. And they've given a two-way conversation ability. So when the text message comes in, I see it. I'm one of the ones that can see it. And if I see it's something that maybe I need more information on, I can respond back to them. And it cloaks again through Canada. So we can have a two-way conversation with somebody that, and I have no idea who they are. They don't know who they're talking to. It's a really neat system. But there's not only texting. There's also, they can go to the web at tipsoff.com and send us tips through the web. And there's a mobile app for iPhones and Android devices. Searching the stores, the iPhone store and the Google Play store for Tip Submit. It makes it it's that much easier just to have the app on your phone, and you can just preload. You can find LaGrange in the drop-down menu, and then all you got to do is just fill in the blank, hit the send button.
So there are numerous ways, it sounds like, that people can report crimes anonymously and not being not being discovered. You know, and keeping in that, I went out to my city car about 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, and on the car, on the windshield there was a little business card that says, "I like to report this crime," or "I think there may be some, you know, illegal activities going on at this location." And they had, like I said, it was the business card, and they had a piece of mail there. Talk about that and how people can report crimes that way as well.
Through the, it must be through the text system, but they have a, so we've covered the tip submit, which is through the mobile app,
Right.
and you have the text messaging and via the web. Either of those three, they can get to us.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, it's completely anonymous, and that will be part of the show that we're going to film also.
Oh, okay.
Is walking through the process of reporting through this anonymizer. Now, of course, any emergency though still needs to go through 911.
Right.
Because while this is a system that's monitored 24/7, it's not instantaneous as calling 911.
Absolutely. So definitely, if there's an emergency, 911 or, you know, whatever the case they may need to, you know, to do to get police there. But, you know, in talking with, you know, the various ways that we can protect ourselves, and we're looking forward to the video coming out. I think you were saying there's going to be some very neat things coming out in the video that the general public can do to help protect themselves, and so again, we're looking forward to that. But, you know, entering Alto, we see that going up. People, just common sense things, as you stated, right, Detective, correct?
That's right. That's right. Just remembering to keep, you know, don't leave a computer sitting in your car. Don't leave your cell phone sitting in your car. Certainly don't leave the keys in the ignition. I say these because this is real. This is stuff that I've read in the police reports. Don't leave cash sitting in your vehicle. As safe as you may think your vehicle is, you know, there are people out there, and it's unfortunate, they're going to commit a crime. They're going to break into a vehicle.
That's right.
So, you know, just don't give them the opportunity to do so.
That's right. And as you say, there's an opportunity, crimes of opportunity. They see, split second, it's gone. Correct?
And it's that fast.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just a matter of seconds before somebody's got your stuff. Purses are another one that I've seen, and of course, what do they store inside of a purse? You know, you've got your wallet, your checkbook, your debit card,
That's
your
right.
ID, your cell phone, and it's everything inside of there. Book bags. Even though book bags may or may not contain anything of value, anything that you have, it's valuable to you.
That's right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you don't want it to go missing.
Absolutely. Well, Detective, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing this information. We look forward to the video coming out very soon, too, as well.
Great. Always good to be here.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Al.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to City Week this week, and we're out at the Callaway Center, and we're here with the Troop Train graduates, and I have one graduate here that I'd like to speak with. This is Myrna Berry. Myrna, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Well, Myrna, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and tell me a little bit about the training that you just underwent.
My name is Myrna Berry. I'm originally from Wedowee, Alabama, a graduate of Watley High School, and I just completed a 7-week course here with the Troop Train certification. I learned a great deal about manufacturing and production, and I'm just excited about re-entering the workforce with confidence.
Very good. You say re-entering the workforce, so you've been unemployed for a while, is that correct?
That is correct. Unfortunately, I was a part of the shutdown of T-Mobile, the National Return Center, and so yes, I am looking forward to going back into the workforce.
Well, let me ask you now, what was one of the most important things that the Troop Train program helped you to develop, I guess, in your career?
I would say just confidence in the fact that I had something to offer to the workforce, not only in life experience, but the knowledge that I've been able to gain. We learned a 10-week program with OSHA. We also learned about Word 2010, Microsoft Excel, and just a host of other things. Yeah.
Very good. I understand that you also gave a very moving, I guess, little encouragement speech to the graduating trainees as well. Talk a little bit about what was it like for you to be up and just kind of speak to the entire body?
Well, I was speaking on behalf of our class. We are very appreciative of this opportunity to be able to have this training. We know that there is a need, and we hope that we can go out and meet that need when we re-enter the workforce.
Well, very good. You know, we're here and we're going to be talking with the instructors and some of the other graduates. But we're very happy that you were part of the troop train. And tell me, it was how many weeks was it that you all underwent?
7 weeks.
Was each week, I guess, a little bit more fun than the next week?
I think each week was a little more intensive, but it really helped us to develop some wonderful life skills that we'll never forget.
Very good. Well, we're glad that you're a graduate of the Troop Trains program, and we're very hopeful that you will be entering the workforce again with all those skills that you learned and just kind of come back and talk to other graduating classes here at Troop Trains. So thank you very much, Myrna, for joining us today on City Week.
You're welcome.
Now with me, ladies and gentlemen, is Chairman of the Troup County, Ricky Wolf. Ricky, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Alton? Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to have you with me. We got to get in the station so we can sit down and talk some more, Ricky.
Be happy to do that.
Well, look, we're here today out at the Callaway Center, and there's a graduating that just took place of Troop Train. Talk a little bit about what that means for the citizens of Troup County, and what does it mean for the Strategic Center?
Okay. As you well know, we have been struggling, as the nation has been struggling for 6-7 years now with very high unemployment. And even though it's getting better, it's still unacceptable the number of our people we have that are without work. An idea came up 2 years ago that we needed a way to try to reach those people that have now been chronically unemployed for various reasons. They've now been out of the job market for a long time. They've exhausted their benefits, and more importantly, they've pretty much exhausted their hope. They've kind of given up on the market. And these were people who have worked. These are people who were making contributions, and for reasons beyond their control, they've had a tough go. So we wanted to establish a program that captured those people, re-energized them, gave them some confidence, gave them some skills, and also to get some companies that would agree that if they complete this program, they will at least give them an interview. There's no guarantee they'll get a job, but they go in with a star on their chest as being a graduate, as opposed to just going in and they will wind up at the bottom of the pile because they now have been unemployed so long. And we got some great partners in terms of West Georgia Tech that's doing the teaching, strategic planning, which is lending its support. And we've got a list of suppliers who have agreed that they will take these 11 people who just graduated and they immediately will give them an interview. And so we're very hopeful that out of this group there will be a number, if not all of those people, that are now back gainfully employed, their confidence is restored, and they can get on with their life. So that's the purpose behind it.
You know, you said a word there a couple of times that I heard the previous interview used, and she said confidence. And I'm quite, assuring that if someone has been unemployed for such a long period of time, their hope, their confidence, all just kind of seems to waver them a little bit. But it seems like this program has kind of reignited that fire for them.
I don't know the lady's name, but one of the graduates was asked to get up and give some comments on behalf of the class. And if you heard her speak and the way she handled herself, and you would never think that that lady was unemployed. She handled herself extremely well. And I bet you a lot of what she just did on that stage that she learned in this class. So when she goes now for that job interview, she's going to be a different person in terms of self-confidence, demeanor, the way she carries herself, how much confidence she shows in herself than she was before we did it. It's a 7-week class. It's difficult to get in, and it's very difficult to get out. You have to do the work or you won't be able to complete the class. So when you get the Troop Train star, we want it to mean something. And our hope is, as this thing continues to grow, is that the companies here will say, we need more of those Troop Train people. So could y'all please expand your program, because those people have worked out very well in our organization. They're very productive, they're very dependable, and we need more people like that in our companies. That's our long-term goal for this program.
Well, very good. Well, Rick, and we're very happy that you're a part of it. And I know that the young lady that just completed the course seems to be very confident, and I did get a chance to speak with her. So we're looking forward to these 11 that just graduated being fully gainfully employed very, very soon.
Well, I speak all the time, and I didn't want to follow her. As good as she was, I didn't want to have to come behind her.
Well, I must say she
was
very
very talented lady.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being here too. Yes, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the instructor for the Troop Train graduating class, Bob Spruck. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, I understand that you're the instructor, and this was the second graduation of Troop Train. Tell me a little bit, what does that mean for you to be the instructor here, and what have the student body meant to you coming through this program?
I was really impressed with the students and impressed with the program. The support of the economic entities and the political entities and the educational entities is fantastic. This is something that I think this area needs, and it's definitely something that these students needed. And I think every one of them was challenged in greater or lesser degrees. Some brought some knowledge, some brought very little knowledge, and I think they have left with a large amount of knowledge that they can apply it in any position that they decide to apply for. And I'm proud to have been a part of their success, and I think they will go on to success in the future as individuals, and I think the program will go on to great success as well.
Well, you know, they talked about there's 7 weeks there, and talk a little bit about when they first come in. What are some of the challenges that you see with the group?
Well, it's a 7-week program, 4 of which were basically manufacturing-oriented courses, which I taught. So the other weeks included familiarization with computers, information about how to take interviews, how to dress for interviews, how to write resumes, help them with the job finding skills. We started with 4 modules in manufacturing. 1 was on safety, which is certainly very important. 1 was on quality, which is also very important. 1 was on more detailed manufacturing skills, skills that they would need to acquire, and concepts and definitions they would need to know to help them in finding a job and working successfully in a job. And then lastly, maintenance. Many of the manufacturing companies will place these people not necessarily in machine operator jobs, but the more training they have, the more exposure they have to manufacturing related things, the broader series of jobs they could apply for. Okay. And they found challenges in all the areas, and they learned a tremendous amount in all those areas as well.
Well, Bob, we want to thank you very much for being a part of the Troop Train program, and I know that you're looking forward to other programs and other classes coming through. So we just want to say thank you for joining us this week on City Week.
Well, thank you for covering it, and thank you for your comments.
Well, thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Pete Snells, the Vice President of Economic Development with the West Georgia campus here. Pete, tell me, why is the campus involved with the Troop Trains program?
Well, the technical college system in each one of the technical colleges has a mission of workforce development, so that is our purpose, and the program was designed specifically for that purpose, and that is to help troop-trained citizens find jobs. And the program was developed about a year ago, and we have since been able to obtain the support of local employers so that when the students do graduate, they get interviews with those employers who are supporting the program, and consequently, the majority of them do get jobs right here in Troup County. So that is the purpose of the college and the program itself.
We're very glad that you all are involved with the program. We just had 11 graduates that went through, and noticed that young lady did an exceptional job of speaking and kind of continually to encourage the student body. So we're very happy that you all involved, and thank you for joining us this afternoon for City Week.
Well, thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Kay Duran, who needs no introduction, the Director of the Strategic Center for Troup County. Kay, this is your 2nd year being involved with the Troop Train program. Talk a little bit what it has meant for you.
Well, it has really been an experience that we dreamed would happen. We believe that Troup County residents are great workers, but for some reason it just seemed like they couldn't, some of them just couldn't get their foot in the door, and that was our vision, that we could just put them through something that they could demonstrate to employers that they had what it takes to join with them and to make their company prosperous. It worked the first time around, and it's working the second time around, and we're just excited about being able to continue this program until every person who wants to work in Troup County has a job.
Well, I was talking with one of the young ladies, I got to keep mentioning, and she just used the word confidence. And as I was talking with Ricky earlier, it seems probably like a lot of their confidence had been drained when they've been unemployed for such a long time. So it seems like this program kind of reignites that fire. Do you agree?
Absolutely. What this does is set some standards for them that the employers have bought into. They know that. And it gives them an opportunity to demonstrate what they really can do. And that's what gets that confidence back. It's kind of hard to feel good about your chances in life when you've had the door slammed in your face and your job applications are nothing happens to them. This is a chance for them to begin to feel like, I can do this, because if they can come to class from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday for 7 weeks and only miss one time and be on time, that alone says a lot.
Absolutely.
And in addition to that, the workload of the work that they've got to do. So they've achieved a lot just by getting through this program.
Okay, we want to thank you very much for having that dream and for Troup County and Ricky Wolf and all the other ones and the students mainly, and also the school here for being a part of Troup Works and Troup Train. So thank you very much.
You
Kay.
stay tuned because there'll be more of these, okay?
Absolutely. We'll be covering more graduations, okay?
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Kay.
Bye-bye.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Carrie Burkett, the Assistant Director for the Strategic Center. Now, Carrie, you've been here now with the students for the graduation. Talk a little bit, because I think the relationship between you and the students is a little bit more of a personal nature. Talk a little bit about that for us.
These students have been fantastic. We embarked on a journey 7 weeks ago, and I met them as individuals, and they were on an uphill climb. There's a lot of issues going on in their lives. They've been unemployed for a while, having a difficult time finding a job, getting an interview. I saw them as individuals, but today they sat in front of us as a group, as a team, as colleagues, and as friends. And they've really transformed themselves in a short period of time. I see them now with their heads held high, confidence, and I'm excited, looking forward to sharing their success stories.
Well, I understand that at the closing of the ceremony, there was a nice little presentation that was made to you. Talk a little bit about that.
They surprised me and brought up a bouquet of red roses, which was very sweet and thoughtful. It was unnecessary, but it was very sweet and very thoughtful, and I appreciate that. We've gotten close over the last 7 weeks, and this was my first time coordinating this program, and so we sort of went through this together.
Well, very good. Well, you know, we had nothing but great praise for the program and the participants and everybody. So we just want to thank you and Kay and everybody involved with the Troup Trains program, and just wish you many, many, many years of success with the program.
Thank you, Alton.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for City Week this week. My guests have been from the LaGrange Police Department, Detective Chris Pritchett, as he shared valuable information about how you can protect yourself even in the changing seasons. Don't you become a crime of opportunity. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank my guests from Troup Train and also the instructors that we spoke with today as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed my show this week. And as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.